Hey everybody, it's Bust with Battles with Bust number 686. Today, we'll be doing battle with Mac. And so, patch number 4 of the Mac release. It's wild to see that there's been so many patches. There's 3 hot fixes and technically a 4th hot fix with the weekly patch, and there's been no communication on it. And so it's a bit unfortunate that the only way to get the notes on the patch changes are to see that one dude post on Reddit that runs the How Bazaar website. And so it's been interesting seeing these changes come out like this. Hopefully, they get added to the home screen or something here before too long. I'm sure Tempo has something up their sleeves as far as getting those ideas communicated to the players, but a little bit awkward this patch. It seems like the game broke as well. And so while we wait a little bit longer on that, man, I hope Reynad's doing okay. I feel kind of bad in the sense that you tie your hopes and dreams and your livelihood and like 5 years of time and building a team or your business to all work on the game, and then everybody just shits on you one day. And so it has to be just incredibly demoralizing to be like, hey world, here's the treasure I've spent 5 years and countless hours and countless amounts of money on presenting to you. Thanks for just shitting all over me. And so hopefully he's doing okay out there. He'll make a triumphant return at some point. But yeah, I did a fair amount of trash talk myself, and I just, I guess it's why you hear a lot of content creators and professionals in the world and the like say they just don't read the comments. It's just the voice of the discontent is always so loud that it has to be quite disorienting. But nonetheless, jumping in here with Mac, I'm always starting with these enchanted items. Hopefully we get something super strong here in the beginning. If not, it's worthwhile knowing that we can just try and transmute these later into something else. And so as far as transmutes go, I really would only kind of consider that with shiny, especially if there's a good now option on board, which we have quite a few of. You have obsidian smelling salts, which is kind of build your own proboscis. Definitely interested in it. Fiery Quill and Ink, not as interested in. It's fine early, but not a really strong item. And I do like some of the crit package this game, or this patch, trying to build to magic carpets, and like a lot of this build was buffed, but this isn't the start that I would want to see. Just the letter opener needs. This is kind of the activator to the build around. I would rather find the build around piece and then the activator as opposed to having the activator then build around. And so let's smell those salts, see if we can't do a little bit of scaling proboscising this game, that's what life's all about, scaling those proboscises and stuff. And so let's see what we can do. Now this does give us a chance to talk about what I think is most certainly the big thing with Mac this patch, and that's the transmutes. The things that we're going to be trying to do this game are just transmute as much as often as possible. And so there's a couple of things that'll tie into that. Number one, another smelling salts, is we're going to be digging up these things to transmute. That's piece number one to the puzzle. Number two, I would like to find one of the items that just gives us a chunk of leads every turn. The calcinator or the what's the other one called? There's the calcinator, and then there is the albatross, the bird, right? It's a bird, the one that does poison, but it always helps ensure that you have some kind of some kind of thing to transmute as the game progresses, and then so many of your builds tie into those transmutes that it's very important to get it going. And so we'll see how that plays out. As it stands right now, it looks like we're going to be leaning pretty heavily in the early game here towards slows. We've got this obsidian smelling salts. We picked up the fireflies that scale up a little bit with slow, and so we've definitely got some motivation to go for it, but we'll have to see what comes up. What you got for us, Pyro? The cinders? Sure. All right, page 2, what you got? We got a friend definitely taking the experience point. Thank you, Venomander, my favorite dinosaur for certain. And then what do we want to do with this? I'm not totally jazzed about weapons, so I think I would like to just go to B1, B2. On day 1, I feel like it's probably a little bit better to go towards these fireflies. They scale up a little bit harder going to 2 burn with each activation, and so that should be okay. Although I do have to kind of worry that even though we're building a little bit more heavily towards these burn items, that poison's just a little bit stronger here in the early days. Not quite certain here, but this is the way we want to do it. Do we want to haste onto fireflies? We don't get a ton of activations, but I'm a fan of the regen and don't want to skip on it too much. All right, let's go. Let's build.
I seek the ultimate
All right, all right.
Will you get me any closer?
So man, I've been doing some important work in life these days. The baby woke up at like 3 a.m. the other day, and so I just started watching Fast Five, one of the greatest movies of all time, if not the greatest Fast and the Furious movie of all time. And I'm curious if there's any of the Brazilians from LOR still running around. There was such a huge Brazilian crowd in LOR. They must know about all of the favelas from Fast Five. Probably just go and visit, you head down to Rio, and then you head to the favelas, and just drive your car down the mountain, I think that's a fairly common occurrence since the release of the movie. You just, you load up your real American muscle, you get something that says GT at the end, and then you just drive it down a mountain through a bunch of people's homes. I think that's just kind of accurate to how things work these days, and curious if any of the Brazilian folks are out there doing that. Maybe that's what you're doing this weekend. Who knows? But good start here. Getting that left-handed, right-handed onto our proboscis bro, and the smelling salt's definitely on board. What's up next? We're not done with Fast and the Furious. We're going to come back to that as well. So let's see. Could look to upgrade the Hemlock just to try and make it better later. But man, I'd really rather just try and dig for one of those calcinator type items. Here's the spider mace. I don't intend to use spider mace, and again, it has been nerfed this patch down to 10 seconds from 8. But it's what really gets things swinging. But it's so bad without an enchant on it. Let's get past that for the moment. See if we can find anything else in here. Mortar and pestle. Is this just how the combos go? Like now, as far as actually using damage-based weapons with Mac goes, I kind of like the build your own crow's nest version of Mac builds, to where you get the potion that puts lifesteal onto something, and then it starts to haste them, and then you use a strength potion for the crit, and you just kind of come out and build your own crow's nest without having to have 3 items on board. It only needs 2. But in the early stages of the game here, I'm kind of interested in mortar and pestle plus the smelling salts, just being as our kind of early build around component here. I think this will have some weight to it as far as these early rounds go. So that seems good. We'll pick up the reagent and the shard as well, and see what battle we're about to go up against. And so I think we can beat all of these. The smelling salts is going to be quite good. There is the option to go to the giant mosquito and try and pick up proboscis, but I don't really want to double up on items here, right? It's a little bit more challenging to get damage on all of your stuff, as opposed to just get damage on your one thing in the obsidian smelling salts. And so, like, I don't want proboscis because we kind of already have it. So there's a couple of options here: Boreer for small item stuff, or the Scrapper for the EXP. We'll just go to Scrapper here. But no, me and my wife got into a bit of a heated discussion last night. We were, of course, talking about Fast 5, and Fast 5 has the introduction of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and then his sidekick, the brunette girl. I feel bad. I have no idea what her name is. I know there's like Gal Gadot, and then there's like the girl from Game of Thrones, and then there's Dominic Toretto's sister. Like, I've got the names on all of these people down, but this is just brunette girl, and I feel bad. But the thought is I'm pretty certain the plot of the Fast and the Furious franchise is at some point. Thought we were going to lose that. I thought that was a freebie, and it definitely wasn't. At some point, Dominic Toretto marries this girl. They have a baby, right? Because his wife Letty died in a car wreck, and so Letty dies. He gets together with brunette girl. They have a baby, and then somewhere around like Fast 8 or Fast 9, that's the one where Charlize Theron shows up, and they're on the airplane, and they've got brunette girl held hostage. And spoiler alert, they kill her. And so Dominic Toretto is all super upset because baby's mama is dead. But Letty comes back from the dead. She wasn't actually dead. She was in a car wreck and had amnesia. came back, forgot about Dom, and then she kind of rebonds with Dom over this baby. Am I mixing like the plot of 3 or 4 different movies together? I don't know. But we were very upset, or she was upset that I got this kind of wrong. But I'm pretty certain that's what happened is the brunette girl and Dom made a baby, and then they came back later, and we're just kind of like, well, Letty, here's a baby, and you're his wife, and so it makes it pretty much your baby. You don't remember it, so it's okay. And that was it. You know, she's ready to be baby's mama. And I felt like that was accurate. The wife had some different thoughts on the plot points. It's been a long time since I've really watched them. Like during the pandemic, when you were just kind of like really looking for stuff to do, we watched the entirety of the Fast and the Furious franchise from start to finish, and we're probably due for another one. We're gonna lose this? No, we're good. Probably due for another watch through. So I can't even remember like if the franchise died. I know like Fast X came out, and then I thought they were supposed to make another one, like the like Final Fast, and they made it like into a 2-parter instead of a 1-parter. But then there was like a hubbub between The Rock and Dom. But then they got back together to being friends again. I don't know. I lost track of all of it, but I need to get caught back up. It's very important. This is what life is all about. So we'll see. But all right, enough Fast and the Furious. Let's focus up. A lot of you probably just turned the video off. You say that is not enough Fast and the Furious. I'll be right back, Bust. It's way more entertaining than what we got here. But let's see, what are we going to do? There's a spider mace. I'm trying to hold on to the money here a little bit. I wanted to see if we get like a large item or a bone club here. I know that they're hard to find on day 2, but it's certainly a possibility. And now we do have some upgrades out here. We could look to pick up this just gold tier bottled lightning. I think that's probably the way to go about it. It look like this. It's a pretty heavy burn package out here to start, and then maybe even just adding in the lifesteal weapon is decent with the mortar and pestle out here. Again, like I really like picking up these things like myrrh, but it's so strong in these early games. The ways that you can really get your economy going is finding that calcinator, finding that poison calcinator, generating those chunks of lead, converting them into gold, and then that's how your money comes together. But we've seen none of it. We've seen 0 transmute sites. We've seen 0, here's calcinator if you're not familiar with it. We've seen 0 of these things. It's been a little bit tough to get that strategy up and running. But it seems like we should be good here. This gold bottled lightning is quite strong on day 2. Guaranteed to crit, 80 damage, 8 burn. Just completely blasted through the opponent here. Good stuff with that. All right, so what's up next? And so again, really hurting for money. I don't think we can afford silver items. I know you can get a little bit of money out of the spare change, but I'm just going to go for the eating contest here. Stack up a little bit of health. It's one of Mac's bigger weaknesses. With this set, the large items turn up again. It's probably too greedy to just be trying to dig for bone clubs. I'm just going to go to the abandoned chest. I'm going to come in and dig up this skill, see if we high roll a little bit. Items getting 4% crit. Pretty decent with Mac. He doesn't have much crit on his own. And then I'm leaning towards the Scout Trooper here. I think that we can win this one. And he does have some ammo stuff, right? Finding gunner is exceptionally good. Finding gunpowder is okay. There's even a little bit of slow kind of combos with weak point detector. I don't think that we'll ever use that, but you know, there's some opportunity for greatness out there. As long as we don't fucking die. Are we gonna make it through this? Just got a bit of heal. Don't have a ton of burn on. God fucking damn it. I still haven't completely figured out when Mac can win these rounds. It feels like if we had an incense or something, this would be okay. Our smelling salts are just not activating enough. Fuck me. Well, hopefully we can still recover. I guess we did have all these chocolate bars. I was being a little greedy and saving them to see if we couldn't get a financial round for it, but okay. What do we got? That is a very, very powerful build around in the Toxic Philosopher's Stone. I don't think it's probably too far away to really be excited about that. right? We don't have the combos to generate the reagents. We don't have a potion distillery or anything, and so it's gonna be tough. But what do we want to do here? The upgrades as far as stuff on board goes, it's not a ton I'm really interested in. It's like I guess upgrading mortar and pestle isn't the worst, but like these aren't items I really plan on keeping forever, and so I mean, maybe it's okay to just go ahead and upgrade the philosopher's stone. As our board looks like, I'm fine with keeping this like mortar and pestle and smelling salts, but pretty much everything else can go. Maybe that's okay. I could also see an argument for just upgrading the shard of obsidian and hoping for a good roll, but that seems a little greedy to me. So that looks fine. $9. Let's go to the JJ, see if we can't find a slow item, an incense or something. Which one's apothecary? This was just updated. Hang on. It's gotten... Oh, I think the patch notes are up here on this top right button, the little clipboard. Yeah. And so now it goes 5, 10, 15 regen for the fight. It used to be 3, 6, 9, now 5, 10, 15. And I don't hate it. Because we're not going to be doing burn stuff forever. We're going to be switching over to... I think we still want to switch to using the smelling salts and doing slow stuff and maybe putting like a bone club or something in. I like the idea of where that can go. We just can't really afford the apothecary at this point. So we'll take that. I'm going to go ahead and take the reagent and the sulfur. And then we'll sell off these chocolate bars before the battle starts. I guess at least the positive for the round is we made it to level 4. And so we're still a level ahead of the opponent, even though we missed out on that, missed out on winning that PvE round. Yoish. What do we got? Dude's already got like 5 bugs on board. That seems like a lot. Aren't those things supposed to be a little bit harder to find? Who knows? I certainly don't. But got a decent burn stack coming in. He doesn't have a ton of heal. Our lifesteal hopefully has the time to do a bit of work here. Definitely feels a lot different having that shard of obsidian in, giving us the second lifesteal target on board. Alright. Got a victory. We deserved it. Speaking of Fast and the Furious, does anybody feel bad for Gal Gadot? I haven't seen the new Snow White movie. I have no real desire to see it, but man, talk about somebody that gets trashed a lot on the internet. She's one. And it's like, I remember seeing the first Wonder Woman movie, and it wasn't like spectacular, but it wasn't bad. But like no movie is allowed to be mid anymore. It either has to be like the best movie in the world or it's not worth watching. And you're also not allowed to watch fun movies anymore. You're not allowed to watch The Fast and the Furious. You're not allowed to watch something that's just supposed to be a good time. Everything has to be serious, like we're watching fucking One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest 100% of the time we watch movies. And so I don't know if she's just catching like a bad break or if people just don't like her because she's hot or what the deal is. But the consensus of Reddit and the hate that she's gotten ever since like the second Wonder Woman movie, which granted I didn't see, but it also sounds like it's fucking terrible. It's a shame, I guess. But the expectations that I have for Gal Gadot coming out of any movie are quite low, and so you know, for her to not meet them would be pretty spectacular. But Reddit's a different beast, I guess. Alright, what did we go here, though? We took our flame item, turned it into the black rose. It's going to have a lot of text on it, right? Burns equal to its regen, and then when you poison, it gets +1 regen. Okay, that's fine. Don't think we'll use that forever, but it's better than the Venomancer. Alright, what's up next? Not the strongest of boards. We should be able to beat Hellbilly. I mean, this is where the game is going to go off the rails disaster mode when we come out here and fight this guy and fucking lose. But I think we got a shot. And then battles like this do get much more interesting with the addition of those transmute nodes across the game. as we pick up this diamond shield buff, whatever it's called, gives you the opportunity to just transmute it into a diamond item, and a lot of powerful stuff in that route. And so I do like that they give opportunities for this battle to not be like a complete wash, right? I mean, we would be interested in left-handed, right-handed, whatever that skill is up there, but having another one out here to make this battle, potentially more fruitful. It's kind of cool. What do we got? Ganjo? That will be using the old Ganjo. What do we got here? I like the slow poison. Again, I think that we're going to be jumping into slow. We could definitely make an argument for taking fiery. It's, do you want to get good now or do you want to get good later? And I think that there's a good chance that we're just good enough now, in the sense that I really like the extra heal we've gotten out of this shard. We can start to move away from some of these weaker burn items. Like, I think that we're okay to not take fiery, because the next 3 items we're going to be removing are going to be the burn item, the burn item, the burn item. And so this would be good for the next day or so, but I think that the slowed targets is what's going to hopefully give us that build that can push from 7 to 10 or something. Now I'm going to skip on potions, come in and just pick up a weapon, see how this starts to bring itself out. The Jabellian longbow. Not quite what we're looking for. I don't know how that would even play out with Mac. Now we got non-weapon items. At least there's a reagent in here. Don't want the quill or the potion. Next page, what you got for us? Something good. We can go ahead and still take the retort, right? This is what I was talking about earlier. You want one of these items that generates a chunk of lead, so every time you hit that node, you're guaranteed to have a convert, and then the conversion is just so worth it. So I definitely want that. Don't think we're going to be doing any real potion stuff this round. If we're doing stuff with potions, it's going to be because we got a heavy energy potion that just combos with the smelling salts, and that's kind of a tall order at this point. So we'll just skip past that.
I have faced 82 foes exactly like you.
Oof.
People are a pattern.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
Maybe we can set up Reynad with Gal Gadot, and they can get together and just talk about how shitty people on the internet are, and then they can bond, become lovers, something like that. That's a good story. They probably make a movie about it. So everyone on Reddit would trash it. You get the people from the movies subreddit mixing together with the people from the Bazaar subreddit. Just the biggest haters on the planet coming together for for one day of excitement. How's this going to go? We're falling apart. Shit. I saw us coming down with this one, but then he had the regen on the life preserver. We couldn't get enough health through that. Alright. Let's see here. Let's just take these medium items. See if we get something to build around. I'm like minorly interested in something like Pendulum. I know that we're fairly far away from like a Spider Mace kind of thing, but getting that big fast-acting Spider Mace could be pretty powerful next to the Pendulum, but I think we got to skip past that for a moment. Let's take a roll. None of those other ones do anything. Upgrade to Mortar and Pestle keeps coming in. Like, this isn't an item I really plan on using forever, but I could definitely see us using it for the next 5 days or so. And so I think that's a reasonable pickup here. Definitely gives us that sustain that we need to get this burn up and running, but yeah, it's definitely not a forever build kind of thing. Now we're out of money. We'll just hit up the docks, get up that weapon. Yo-yo. Okay. Maybe there's something crazy there. Now with this, I think we want to go... Is this the diamond dog? The saber tooth. I used to just pretty much always skip this one, but now that it's relevant... Sabre, right? This is the one... No, this isn't the one where everything's diamond. It has a couple of diamonds, right? 2 diamond pelts, 2 diamond shiny fangs. So you have like a 40% chance on the weapons to get a diamond. And then the diamond fangs itself was a big upgrade. It's probably super worthwhile, and I don't think we could beat Scoville. We can beat the Rocket Trooper, but he is like a little bit of a scary opponent in the sense that he does big spike damage, and we struggle with that a little bit. Yeah, let's see what turns up. transmuting these shiny diamond fangs can be pretty useful as well. Seems like we should be okay. Our health started to drop fast, and I was like, holy shit, we're gonna lose to this fucking guy. But we got it. Squeeze them cheeks, fellas. Let's see what we can do. I know the Brazilians out there squeezing their cheeks. They're getting ready to hit up the favelas.
The bazaar has
Nice. We got something diamond. We can do something with that, right? Absolutely. So that looks good. Let's take the item. Got to get something decent out here, and then a magic carpet. Okay. I mean, maybe we find ourselves switching over to crit stuff. I'd like to do heavy stuff, but we haven't really found anything. Let's go to the small and large item shop. Maybe we'll find a build around to help us out. Jesus, it's the it's the venom. They're saying just go for it. Just go for the punchy weapon again. Get the punchy weapon, the yo-yo, scale them up somehow. I think we'll skip on that. We're pretty far away from a venom build. I'm kind of interested in strength potion, but it's just the downside with this is we can roll, but we're just lacking in the money to get past there, especially since I want to get our fucking lottery ticket out here. Here we go. All right, we got our diamond pelt. Gonna hit up the mandala. Squeeze them cheeks. What do we got? Look at that. Look at that. There's just no fucking avoiding this thing, huh? You try your best to just not go for the Spider Mace 3 videos in a row, and just the thing that immediately turns itself up. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I can't help it. Jesus Christ. Oh, this is dumb. All right, let's see what we can get in here, though. I'm ready to start getting rid of these fireflies. They just aren't very good when we don't have any slows. We only have that one slow. It's just time for these things to go. Definitely want to get the strength potion in here. And I don't hate, say, like, well, we can't do a great job of fitting the yo-yo in out here to the left. But if we're going to strength potion, how close are we to actually using the magic carpet? Maybe the magic carpet's just better than the spider mace at this point, given what we have on board. And then if that's going to be the case, since we only have one slow, we probably don't want the smelling salts being the target of our mortar and pestle. So I think that's fine. We don't have any other crit activators in here. So it's just going to be the strength potion and then the guaranteed crit out of the bottled lightning. How fast are these cooldowns? So this will hit at the 6-second mark. So from 6 to 9, nice. There's the 6, the 7, and the 8 will be crit. The shard should hit at 8. The rose should hit at 8. The philosopher's stone will miss. And then the smelling salt should. I just want to make sure we're getting some amount of crits off this strength potion, and it looks like we'll hit a few in here, so that should be fine. All right, off to battle Vanessa. Let's see what we can do with this build your own crow's nest, you know? I think that's a reasonable way to look at it, right? 3 hexes on board, get a lifesteal item, give everything crit for a bit. Build your own crow's nest. All right, let's see what we got. The crit thing's about to hit. Do some booms. How's that cooldown looking? Got down to 1 second. That's not bad. That's not bad. I did the mathematics on if that was bad, and it was not. So, you heard it here first. Top tier mathematics coming right at you. All right, next page. So again, I mean, we've got 2 chunk of leads now. We can hopefully get some transmutes on those to get some money, but I also want to kind of retransmute the spider mace to get something another shot at a diamond. But let's take the regen and the health. Find something a little bit better for the monies, and yeah, I mean, let's do this. Get rid of fireflies. We're never going to use them. We're not going to use Thurible. I'll hang on to the spider mace just in case something changes along the way. Now I'm just going to convert the chunk of lead. Got to get some money. So we picked up a slow and the incense. That's nice. Chunk of gold we'll go ahead and get rid of. Let's see. Do we want to get the incense on the board? It's probably a little weak at the moment. But it's something that you definitely have to consider once those smelling salts are active. And so that's fine. I'm happy with this as is. Let's just go to the Enclave Reaper. Right, the Foreman, he does have some useful big items, but I think that we're just kind of in on the magic carpet now. And so we'll just take the experience points. I mean, I guess there's a world where you could consider trying to find a crook out of the left boss, but eh. Alright, there's the big crits coming in. Why is our magic carpet only 2 seconds this time when we didn't change any of our items? Oh, our other stuff can just crit on its own, right? We got 6% crit on our other items. Gotcha. Makes sense to me, makes sense to everyone. Alright, what you got for us? Doplasm. Not doing poison stuff, so that looks good. Do we want to go for a ride on the magic carpet here? Like I'm okay with it. It's not a exciting item to upgrade. It does scale pretty hard in terms of damage. I think it gets plus 50 damage on each level up, and so it's not a bad thing, right? Are we on the right page? Magic carp. The fuck? Oh, we're on the monsters. Okay. See, right, it goes 50, 100, 150, 200. It's a very real amount of damage to be putting on it, but maybe we just want to upgrade the strength potion at this point. That's the probable more important thing, ensuring we get more crits onto the carpet and dropping it down to 1 second. So that looks good. Happy with where that's going. These temporary boosts we're probably just going to take every single time now. I know there was a weapon shop, but they're so strong when we're actually doing red stuff out here, so that looks good. Another interesting shop with the Bazaar con, either giving us a diamond or giving us 2 experience points or just the small items. I think I'm fine with the experience points. We're trying to ramp up to level 10, drop an enchant on the magic carpet. Sounds pretty reasonable to me. Now, are we happy with this stuff? Philosopher's Stone is probably still fine. I mean, I could see starting to take these non-red items out. Ow. Fucking cat's calling me. But I think this is okay. I do like picking up a bit of regen here. We're not like a super blast you down fast kind of build. We do need a bit of scaling time with this carpet. So what do we got? A bunch of bugs coming at us doing some burn stuff. Oh fuck! It's like I don't know how bad that freeze is in terms of shutting down our build. Our carpet's starting to hit. Okay, we got him. Oh, that was terrifying. He froze both the magic carpet and the strength potion, just like literally everything we need to pop off here. And so, whew. Okay. Good job, team. Good job, Sam. Good job, squad. So what's up next? We got to transform. We do have much more reasonable money at this point. I'm a little concerned about the Shard of Obsidian in the sense that I'd like to transform it and see what we hit. That's going to give us the thing that combos the best with just dealing damage. But it's bronze, and we're not going to see B1, B2 anymore. I think it's probably just cooked at this point. Kind of same thing with the sulfur. I'm just going to sell them. That's probably a bit aggressive, but that's how you do good. Is when you sell stuff that you don't necessarily need to sell just yet. And so learn your lessons from the best. All right, looking good. So what's up next? Heal and regen items we could do, or dig for weapons. I think we're good for money. Let's go ahead and go to the shop. Philosopher's Stone upgrade, sure. Not real attached to these items, but we might as well upgrade them while we can. It's going to take us a bit of time to find replacements for them, and 4 gold's not a huge investment at this point. And now some interesting stuff in Staff of the Moose. This one did just change, and I'm not certain how I feel about this. And so I have been fairly happy with Staff of the Moose up to this patch. You can do some very big like regen scaling. You can even do like Staff of the Moose Ouroboros Stone if your build really presented itself in that way. I have a picture on our site to where on the ftpbus.com site I just post some like 9 and 10 win builds that we didn't get in the video, and we had one with like 3 small like poison items, right? I think it was like a crit dagger, a toxic fang from the very beginning of the game, and like one other small one. And then we had the Ouroboros statue and the statue of the moose, just putting huge scaling on the board. It was very powerful. But Staff of the Moose used to do plus regen at silver, double regen at gold, and triple regen damage at diamond. And now that's flat across the board, but the don't die stuff scales. And so it goes 1, 1.5, 2 seconds on don't die, and then it goes 25, 50, 75 regen. And I'm not certain if just like 75 regen is enough. The thing with the staff is like we'd have to be canceling out some of these like lifesteal kind of things. I don't think we're on a staff build, so we'll skip it. But it's definitely an item to consider. Now rolling through, we'll just take the gold skill. I'd like to find max skills if we can. Here's one. When you use a potion, gain 20 regen. Powerful enough, just so much over-tuned compared to some of these other things. And so as our build stands right now, we'll only get 40 regen out of this, but that's still a pretty powerful number, especially if we're able to find a your weapons gain damage equal to your regen kind of thing, like that Staff of the Moose. There's also a skill that does it, so we'll see how that plays out. But here, always go into the bonk battle. He's got diamond stuff. He's got the bonk skill itself. He's got the strength ability. He's got the upgrades to slow. Just a super powerful build all around. Even these poison things are a little interesting with some of the stuff that we're able to do, right? If you pick up toxic brass knuckles and find a way to scale the damage on it or something. All powerful, but mainly here for the bonk. What's this? Anchor? Alright, and then fight a monster. Gotta take it. Shock Trooper. This is a scary battle. I'm not certain that we can kill him before he gets us with the plasma rifle. The first plasma rifle shot should be survivable, but the second one might be for more hit points than we have. So we'll have to see how this one goes. Ooh, we even crit with that for 1200. It's gonna be close. I think we got him. Yeah, you see, he had a couple of seconds left before the next shot, but he was up to 1200 or so. It's very easy for him to just one-shot us with that thing, even without a crit. Gives us the plasma rifle. Don't want it, but... Oh, toxic chunk of lead. Interesting. I didn't notice that on there. So that looks good. Let's hit up the weapon shop. Here's the femur. I mean, I think it's something that we definitely... I guess we don't have to take it. But at what point does it get itself in? I think that we need... Like, we don't have enough slow stuff at the moment to make it really pop. But I think it's an item that we probably have to have this game. So let's get rid of some of this stuff that we're just never going to use. Make a little bit of space for it. It's not going to go in the build now. But if we find heavy somewhere, or if we look to take mortar and pestle out, because we put in, say, like lifesteal potion, we'll have some options that way. And so it's just an item. It's a bit of a spec in terms of purchasing it now. But I think it's something we probably have to consider taking to make sure the server wasn't down. Got to restart the game. Push the button quite a few times. Alright, seems like we're back. So we got that fossilized femur, the fossilized bone, whatever it's called now. Ooh, and just an upgrade to magic carpet, sure thing. Get that extra 50 damage on there. I don't think we're... I haven't found a build, and I don't think we're on a build to where you want to use the Covetous Raven. It strikes me as an item that should be quite powerful, just with the ability to go infinite, but we don't have a bunch of relics. We don't have enough enchanted small items to really make it work, and so not quite interested there.
Another step forward on my path.
What's up next? We got to transform. All right, let's see what this chunk of lead brings us. The toxic one. Can't get away from it, huh? That idea, that concept, using the oh, when you sell this, your leftmost poison item gains, even better. But it just won't go away, huh? So let's see. Let's bring the toxic venom in now. With that in place, I have to imagine that we're a little interested in some of these other things like the spider mace. Let's see here. The black rose probably just isn't going to cut it. I'd probably rather have incense than it, just dropping a slow on board. And then with our setup like this, if we want to use the venom, we can't use the smelling salts on the same item. So it would probably need to be something a little more out here like this. Just putting the haste onto the incense, which I think is fine. Keep the poisons. Didn't we have another reason for poison stuff? Is it just the spider mace? Like, I'm not getting rid of bottled lightning just yet. Keep those 2 poisons. The kind of downside with adding in something like venom is I'm not certain how much of a struggle we're going to have hitting enough crits to get the magic carpet to 1 second. But it definitely gets more challenging. And the kind of powerful thing when you do this is you get the 1 second cooldown on the magic carpet, and then when it's hasted, it drops to a half a second and just starts, fucking going nutsos. And we're a little bit, further away from that when we aren't dropping the haste on it. And so I'm a little hesitant to take that off. Let's just leave it like this as is. Like, I get that we have this Spider Mace Toxic Venom combo, but I feel like we need one more thing to really make that pop. Is our build okay? We still have the space for the chunk of lead to land in. All right.
You are a child,
Whew.
and I will punish you.
I swear I don't just go Spider Mace every single game. Like, it's just whenever I take the time to sit down and record a video, that's when it starts to pop. So what do we got here? Dude's doing his Spider Mace thing with the Goop Lance. Alright, we're down to our 1 second. Yep. A little bit better than Gooping, am I right? Get that dumb Spider Mace stuff out of here. Alright, 1 away from that magical 7th victory. Let's see what we can do. Guess we'll just go to heal and regen. We've got enough money at this point. I do like the Tome of Yayahan, but we're kind of hurting for space in the bag. Like, I want to keep the retort for a few more turns. I think we can skip over this for the moment. What's in here? Just a bunch of garbage. Okay.
This place is pretty crazy. Hope you can handle yourself.
What's up next? There's a transform. Need to sell something. We can get the regen potion out. Make that money. We should probably just go and hit the... Oh shit, we hit a second venom. I was gonna say, we should probably just go and recycle the spider mace, but... Jesus Christ, how do we have to think about this now that we have double venom? Was that enough? Does that pop off enough to get all of these poisons going? Like, I guess we're just not doing smelling salts anymore. I mean, we can a little bit, but Like, smelling salts onto incense just isn't enough of a combo. I guess the slows do help with the spider mace, but I think that, you know, we're hopefully just doing enough with the poisons on their own. It's not my fault. It's not my fucking fault that we tried to not do we tried to not do spider mace, and then the game just said, fuck you, Bust. It turns out you are doing spider mace because that's all we're ever going to let you do. Alright, fine. And so there's that. Now, I need to look up the car conductor. I know that we have a vehicle here in the magic carpet, and I never go to this thing for vehicle stuff. I don't think it has anything too exciting. I know it has stuff like sirens, right, that get multicast if it's an adjacent to a vehicle. That's whatever. Race car I'll don't care about. Captain's wheel won't work. Propane tank. Haste your vehicles for 3 seconds. It's not worth it, but the skills are quite good, right? Your weapon vehicles gain 30% damage, and then if you have a vehicle, reduce your non-vehicle items by 15%. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got like a 25% chance of spiking something big, or probably beating the dragon. But let's go to car conductor. We'll get the win, and then we'll still hit level 10 before we go to the PvP round. I think if we're a little bit further behind in experience, we might be a little bit more interested in fighting dragon. But we may not scale up fast enough to actually kill dragon, and so once that second hit from his core item goes, and you just die. Oh yeah, we're definitely. This is not where I want it to be. I mean, I guess our magic carpet is at 1 second here, but I definitely think we preferred this at only 6 activations. I think we definitely preferred that having haste. Oh man, I saw the 1 hex item turn up and thought we spiked a skill. This game's bullshit. So that's fine. Let's take the temporary boost. I was interested in gold items there, but these boosts are just guaranteed good. We can go to tools now. I don't think there's too much excitement in here. Letter opener, I don't want without a keyword. Beacon quill never cuts it. Next page. Transform thing, nah. All right, we'll skip all this.
Not the DIY type.
All right, you got a good skill for us, Turbo.
Still more to learn.
So trying to think of where the turbo stuff goes on here. Does it actually work with a strength potion? The thing that kind of sucks now is that we have to wait a long time to ramp up, right? We really have to wait that 6 seconds on the strength potion to start before our damages really begin. And let me get these items back in here. Again, I liked this angle on the build a little bit more. Just not super excited about the haste effect. We either need something to like activate right out the gates, or we need some kind of scaling on here, being like burn, poison, even heavy would be quite good. I just don't think this is what we want. I do need to see what mortar and pestle upgrades to. This is not an item I use a ton. I don't think it's even something we really want in our main build, but doesn't do anything too crazy. Deadly would be deadly would be quite good, but the other one's not that good. They're just on activate things. If we're gonna try and hit a scaling, we're gonna put it on the carpets. I don't want the stone or the rose. How does strength potion work? The reason you have to care about strength potions is they still won't like drop this stuff from energy potion. So slow all enemy items, freeze all enemy items are so super strong. I need to see if strength potion does the same thing. Heavy only slows one, icy only does one. Why does this thing even have crit chance? Okay, yeah, so let's just roll the dice on the magic carpet and see what happens.
Space is my canvas, and time is my paint.
Is that shiny or radiant? Shiny. Interesting, interesting. So this thing's just gonna be fucking popping. We just need an on-hit effect with it. Now we do have that like venom that we could set next to it. but I think I'm just a little bit more interested in it having haste at the moment. If we get energy potions up and running, or if we get the lifesteal potion, right? Your lifesteal things gain haste, then I think I'll be a little bit more interested then. But I think this magic carpet's just going to be enough on its own at the moment. Got a room for a chunk of lead retort we want to hang on to for a bit. Okay, alright, let's fuck them up.
Why must we do this? Death
So
laughs
I
at
mean, I
us
think we
all.
got to be decently
You
okay if we're
remind
up
me of
against
someone I fought last century.
like scaling long term kind of build. We don't have that fast activation though. All right, here comes the crits. Is the the magic carpet's not enough to outdo his regen? It's scaling up at some point. He's not really dealing any damage. We might be able to finish this one off. I guess his regen scaling is pretty huge. Right, he's got the. It's tough. Yeah, he got us 111 at the end. I think the thing that this actually kind of came down to is we had essentially 8 items on board to where he has 10 items on board. Just running out of ammo with those 2 things right away. All right, felt good though. So what's up next? We've got a Wheel of Yogg-Saron. Let's do it.
Try your luck. Can't lose.
It's upgrade, I believe. Upgrade hat.
Now, maybe you'll survive the
Okay,
spin
so we
again.
definitely got to make room for that. Let's just get rid of the retort at this point. We've got a decent stack of money.
Always a fine
So that looks
surprise.
good. Transmute. It's so tempting to just come in and transmute the spider mace. Like, I just don't think we're going to use it. I mean, I guess we do still have to kind of reevaluate now that now that we've got shiny on the magic carpet, but just a little non-interested. Let's do this. We're going to upgrade the magic carpet for sure. Get that big base damage on there. Give me something good, game. What you got for us? Ink and Quill. That's garbage. That's garbage, Raynad. Alright, so what's up next? I don't hate Pharaoh's Khan. The problem with Pharaoh's Khan is we don't have enough health to survive the first shot out of the sniper rifle. And so it's kind of a bummer, but both left-handed, right-handed are pretty good. I could even let's take it on. Like, I'm not certain if we win this, but if we if we land something like 1 shot, 1 kill, that's huge. And we could see some of this other stuff working. And so I'm unfortunately afraid that we're going to be just like a little bit too slow to get the damage in before he does 3,000, right? We really need to be higher health than the rifle does so that your 70% chance to win has that 30% chance to crit. But looks like we were just barely fast enough. Squeeze those cheeks, boys. We're going to get something cool out of here. Oh, that's what it's all about, huh? That's where the good stuff's gonna come from. We're gonna get the triple damage, but the cooldown's gonna be manageable because we're just gonna drop it down to 1 second anyways. Okay, we got to get these weapons out of here. So those 2 have to go. We can just sell the. I guess the femur is kind of interesting being a charge weapon, but we're so invested in this magic carpet, I'm not going to give up on it. Just sell these weapons. I don't want to face the problems. So we'll get the venom in. I guess the quill fits in the board right now. Okay. Shit's about to get real. Look at that. It's fucking 660 damage, shiny magic carpet. Oof. I don't think I'm fully aroused right now, but I'm at least 75%, or definitely bigger than a chub, just not fully hard on yet. We need some early game hastes to get us ready for that. So that looks good. Let's see, not going to use any of these. I stopped to think about Palaquin, but we already have the cooldown reduction we need. Which one's this? At least gives some regen. It's too big. Like, I want all these small items to be critting as fast as we can so we get the cooldown dropped on the magic carpet. So let's skip over that.
Maybe next time?
Which on the next page? JJ got something for us.
I mean, a customer.
Earrings could be a thing. We don't have a bunch of haste at the moment, but that health scaling can be quite good.
Doesn't work out for you.
So let's
I'm
look at
back
that.
for a refund.
Don't want any more weapons. Next page could maybe use something like Soul Ring to get that base regen, but it doesn't combo that well with our board.
With each
Okay, that looks
step,
good. And then gonna take the max skills. I think a lot of the max skills are all overtuned at this point. Vital renewal quite strong. We don't have the like staff of the moose, whatever it's called, to scale it, but it can still, you know, dumpster onto Philosopher's Stone. I think we just want to take the stock though. Lets us get some reasonable potions on the board.
But some gifts can be curses.
So that looks good. Do we even have anything that hastes? We got rid of our obsidian item because it was causing problems. But I think would we still rather have earrings than quill and ink? I mean, I guess it activates faster. It doesn't crit though. All right, fine. Show this Vanessa how it's done.
the ultimate secret.
See if we can't take down that 7th win, get that big victory. I don't think we're at a 10-win build right now. We don't have enough fast action to immediately start activating, but we can definitely get to 7. See if we get one shot by this double barrel. We didn't. Are we gonna get one shot? I guess we brought that on ourselves, huh? Guess we brought that on ourselves. Increasing that cooldown on the magic carpet. All right, let's get us a good enchant here. What's this, shielded? Do we have anything that scales well enough to want the shielding? Like I wouldn't even hate it being on Venom if it gives like 50 shield a shot. It's probably too good to give up on at this point. I wonder if we're okay with switching Philosopher's Stone from Toxic to Shield. It should scale on the regen. Right, shield equal to 10 times the item's regen, so it should be giving us 250 at this current point, 250 shield on an activation, 500 shield on a crit. And the big thing with shield is it lets us work past that health thing, right? Where we ran into issues with, say, we ran into issues with the like sniper rifle. The shields kind of let us fight through that, and so hopefully it plays out nicely in that kind of idea. Whew, all right, that looks good.
Take your time.
Don't think we're going to take any of these medium items, but still want to hit up the shop. The tome is here. We got a big stack of money. I'm just going to take it. We got plenty of room in our bag as well.
I want you to be happy.
Just need stuff that activates fast. Again, that's the name of the game here for us. Got to transmute. Another black rose. Alright, let's fight Lord Arkan. We can't beat Property Baron, don't really want his stuff anyways. Hulking Experiment might have something for ammos, but
I came here to trade.
I think this is definitely a winnable round, and landing on that shield skill would be kind of decent. Maybe maybe the big spaceship is the answer for what we need out of our magic carpet. There we go. He's at that 1 second crit, or that 1 second cooldown. It's weird. I saw it say 1.5 second. I don't know what the deal with that was. Uh-oh. Oh. It's when you use an item, deal damage. I thought it was the blow up an item thing. Alright, let's take loot, see if we find cooldown reduction. Upgrade hammers? Okay. Give it a moment. I'm going to take the shield to start here. As long as we just don't die in the first couple of seconds, hopefully we'll be okay. Now with this, same kind of deal. I'm not as excited about taking the health boost, but it's very, 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 very important for us to get this next win, because that puts us at the 7 mark, and we get that bonus for leveling up to legend. After that, us getting to 10 is probably off the table, but doing everything we can to get good right now to try and get a takedown on this guy is what I think we should be shooting for. Wondering how tempting these black roses are. It might be, well, it's probably better than the Quillen ink. It does have a slow cooldown, but we should be getting a bunch of poisons, and then that should tie into a bunch of regen. It might be too much of an engine that we've assembled, but I like the idea of what can potentially happen there. See how much this Mac is scaling. He's going to give us the time to get the carpet up and running. See if we can live the meme dream here. Oh, he's got a legendary on board. How bad is that? So it's like a dragon thing? Double the burn of something? It looks like we're taking a lot of burn. Get going, Bill. Do something. Do something. Do something. Alright, there's a lot of regen coming in. Oh, it's acting fast. Oh, fuck me. Look how close that was to activating. And why is it on 1.5 second cooldown? Like, I most certainly saw it on here again. We're gonna... that one activation would have got us the win, too. Oh, I hit continue. I wanted to watch the battle again. You can rewind it and see. I'm not certain why that says 1.5 seconds, if it's bugged or what. But what a bummer. Like I feel like we got the ultimate dream team together for the big meme build, and it just didn't get the big payoff. And so there's a couple of things with this build that could have made it much better right out the gates. Is it needed that haste onto the magic carpet. I'm not super interested in doing poison stuff with this magic carpet. We're not trying to get multi activations off of a toxic mace or anything. The big thing that we wanted out of that carpet is it just needs to be hasted. We needed to get it to that 1 second and then hasted, and then it's shooting every half second, and then if it's shooting every half second with the 2x multicast, that's just a huge amount of stuff going off. But the thing with our builds, we don't have anything that lets it activate quickly, right? We're really kind of hamstrung that we're sitting here waiting the full 6 seconds for the strength potion to pop off, and then waiting for these other items to pop before the magic carpet would start its activating. And so we have like a lot of the pillars of a good build, right? We have a scaling thing, we have sustain, we have the ways to make it to the end of the battle, we have a little bit of disruption for our opponent, but we don't have that insta start thing that really kicks off your build at the beginning of the battle. We don't have rigged, we don't have when you use an item, haste an item. Like, we don't have any of that stuff, and that was just the big pain point in this, is waiting on that massive cooldown for the carpet to hit and actually get up and running. And so I guess at some point in the build we could have picked up an hourglass somewhere. It also did suck a little bit that we had to pass on our smelling salts because it had obsidian. But our build was so close to being right there in terms of getting that one win that we needed to get to 7. It was kind of a bummer to see this fall apart right here at the end. But we knew what we needed to get it there, and we just couldn't quite find it. And so, like, hourglass would have been good, just something to kind of quickly activate and get that going. But otherwise, I think a lot of interesting stuff happened within this build. We got that obsidian smelling salts right at the start as a potential big build-around item. Never found any slow stuff to go along with it, so we passed on that. Took us a long time to find any of the transmute stuff, which is just a big hamstring to Mac in general, but then we did run across some of the potential like scaling points and different things to see across the build. And so a lot of interesting stuff to see across the board with Mac. This is what it's kind of taken me a while to figure these things out. It's not nearly as linear as starting the game with a left-handed, right-handed, and then just building single weapon the whole time. Like, there's definitely feels like there's a bit more stages to the Mac build to success, but you also need to hit a few specific things to be in that build that gets to the 7 win or gets to the 10 win. And this is what tends to be the big Mac problem to me, is that he takes a long time to get up and running. If you don't have one of those just like insta hastes, if you don't have like double hourglass on a toxic vat or something, like just a lot of things that you need to really push down his cooldown, because it's just independent of Mac. No champion is going to be doing well on day 10 plus with your first action starting 6 seconds into the battle, but Mac doesn't have a lot of the tools to cut that down and take that away, and that's what our build was hurting with here. Our opponent just got to activating faster than us. We were a little bit too short in terms of getting that last hit in that we would have needed to really pop off. But nonetheless, cool stuff. Really interesting build with our shiny magic carpet with the one shot, one kill. You gotta you gotta dig that at the end of the day. That's pretty cool if you ask me. And so good stuff. I had fun with that. Hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. So hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope you learned a thing or two along the way. You had a good time watching. It's Bustin' Me. Thank you for being here.